and we're sliding on into the weekend, right? So I'm going to pick a card that's just going to help give you some guidance, give you some clarity, give you some wisdom, give you some love, some knowing, some safety, some security. Whatever the message is, it's for you, okay? It's for you that's watching. If this resonates with you, know that it's no coincidence that you are here, that you landed here, that you're here seeing and witnessing this message. This message is for you. So I'm going to pick a card out of my deck here. Something that's just going to help balance you, bring that mind, body, soul in alignment, bring you back to your truth of who you are, what you're working for, what you're here for, what your plan is, what's on your heart. Something just to give you some comfort, because we get lost, right? We get lost in the stress and the resistance and the contrast and the not having and the wanting. We get so lost. And this card is just going to recenter you in your truth, your worthiness, bring you back to that peace, right? Okay. Our card. Ooh. This card, excuse my fingernails, this card is set your sights higher. So let's interpret this card. It's a beautiful card. It's a mermaid. It looks like she is jumping out of the ocean. So this mermaid is jumping out of the ocean and she's reaching for a star way up in the sky. Beautiful card. Set your sights higher. I love this. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm looking out the window right now and the duck, he's back. He's back in this tree in my front yard in the middle of town staring at me. Wow. He's looking right at me. He's like, I'm gonna have to look that up again, what that means. So crazy. So increase your, Lizette, good morning. Sorry, I got distracted, Lizette. There is a duck in my tree in the middle of town in my front yard. And he keeps looking at me. It's the weirdest thing. I've got to look that up. See what the spiritual meaning behind a duck is. Crazy. So Lizette, our card this morning is set your sights higher. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. So what this brings up for me that I feel like I need to speak on for you guys, and good morning, thank you for joining, you guys. I see we have 4 people on. Awesome, awesome. So let's take a moment and just unpack this. A lot of times we self-sabotage, right? What does self-sabotage actually look like? It looks like fear and doubt and anxiety and talking yourself out of the things that you know that you're worthy of, because we're scared. We're scared of failure. We're scared of success. We are scared of living, because that's what living is, right? Living is progressing, is moving forward, is evolving. And we're so scared of that sometimes. And it's not us. It's not the true us. It's our mind, our ego. It stays in a state of fear and regression. And why does it do that? Why does it do that? It does that because it thinks it's keeping us safe, right? At some point in our life, if we felt rejection, if we felt unworthiness, we felt not good enough, the mind, the ego, the blueprint that got created in our subconscious wants to keep us safe from that emotional pain, because emotional pain feels freaking real. It's so real, right? We feel it in our bodies. So think about when you have hey Gail, think about when you have an emotion that you feel in your body. You feel it as heartache. You feel it as a gut punch. You feel the disappointment. You feel the doubt, the fear, the unworthiness, the not good enough. When we feel it in our physical bodies, it feels real. That's the physical manifestation of an emotion, right? And then we act it out. We reinforce that feeling by acting it out, by not doing the things that we truly desire to do. And that is self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is knowing that we are created for more, knowing in our heart that we are worthy of more, that we can do more, right? But the sabotage is giving into those physical feelings that feel real and then acting out actions that sabotage and regress, right? So this card is asking us to increase our standards, to expect more and don't settle. So this card is asking us to recognize that our mind has fear, recognize that there's anxiety there, recognize and honor the sabotage. Don't be in denial of it. Don't look away from it. Rather, be in the awareness of witnessing it. See if you can step back and witness yourself talking yourself out of the things that you desire. So I'll give you an example of this. This happens to all of us. It happens to every single one of us. None of us are immune to this self-sabotage, right? So a very simple example of this that maybe you can relate to. Hey, Luann. Hey, Lizette, Gail, everybody. Oh my gosh, we got people on. This gets me excited when there's people watching. So a small example of this and how this plays out in our daily lives is the day before yesterday, I asked my husband to go for a walk with me. Generally, I walk alone. I ride my bike alone, and I do a lot of the physical activities alone. And not really on purpose, just it's hard to sometimes to get other people involved in that. And I love doing it, so I do it alone. I love being alone. But day before yesterday, I asked my husband to go on a walk with me. I was about to head out, and I said, hey, do you want to go on a walk? And his first reaction I could see was he really didn't maybe want to go for the walk. And so my self-sabotage came in, right? Even though that's something so completely simple and irrelevant, I could witness myself starting to shut down. I asked him to go for a walk, and immediately I read his energy. His energy was like, I don't really want to go for this walk. So immediately my self-sabotage came in and said, oh, he doesn't want to go for a walk. Why are you going to make him do this? See, he doesn't want to be with you, to walk with you. Why would you even ask him? Why are you forcing him to go on a walk? And then my instinct was to say, okay, no, you don't have to go for a walk. I'll go by myself. It's fine. But instead of stating that out loud, that would have been the physical manifestation of my self-sabotage, right? For me to say, oh, you don't have to go for a walk. It's okay. That would have been the physical manifestation of my self-sabotage. But instead, in that moment, I chose the awareness to just witness, to be a witness to my thought patterns, to my self-sabotage, right? I just witnessed myself saying all those things, and I countered it with thinking and feeling, he can choose whether he wants to go on this walk or not. It's not a reflection of how he feels about me or my worthiness or who I am, and it doesn't take away anything whether he does or doesn't come on this walk. So this is just a very simple example of how this plays out. And we're doing this repeatedly throughout the day. So this card is asking us to be a witness to the self-sabotage and not act it out. Just be a witness of it and hold ourselves to that higher standard, because we can increase our standards. We can expect more for ourselves, and we don't have to settle. And sometimes what that simply means is not giving in to the self-sabotage. You are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy of everything that you desire. If you can dream it, if you can feel it, if you can want it, then it is possible. We are not given the ability to dream, to desire, to want without it being a possibility, you guys. We've just lost touch with that. We can have anything and everything we desire. We can have that dream job, that dream partner, that dream reality, that dream house, that dream life, that dream car, that dream career, that dream whatever it is. We can have it. Don't settle, but know that it has nothing to do with anybody else. It has nothing to do with the other people in your life. No one is holding you back. It doesn't have anything to do with your kids, your chosen partner right now, your family. It has nothing to do with anybody. It has to do with your relationship with yourself. It has to do with your relationship with your thoughts and your emotions, and your willingness to step back and see that self-sabotage and choose something different, to not act on that self-sabotage and bring it into physical manifestation. Does that make sense? Y'all heart that if that makes sense. Give me a high five, do something. Hey, Rihanna. What I want for you guys is to have everything that your heart desires, because if you tap into this vibration of having anything and everything that you want for your life, if you create a new relationship with your reality and you bring these things into physical reality, then you make it more possible for your children, your children's children, your partners, your neighbors, your community, your family. You make it more possible for everybody. So the way you change the world is by changing yourself, changing those thoughts, those emotions, that self-sabotage, creating that distance there, that awareness so that you can view yourself and quit acting from an old blueprint, from an old space of self-sabotage, an old space of old conditioning. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Set your sights higher, increase your standards, expect more for yourself, and don't freaking settle. And don't give in to that self-sabotage, that voice, right? That inner critic. That's just your ego. That thing is not real. It's not real. It was created to keep you safe, to help you survive, right? Survive the times that you felt rejected, survive the times that you felt the pain of not being worthy. It is no longer needed. Once you create that awareness, it's no longer needed. You don't need that anymore. You start creating a new blueprint. And that's what a shift is. A shift is creating a new paradigm, a new blueprint, right? A new way of being, because that old way of being is not needed anymore. You're about to level up. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day today. It's Friday. I hope something magical happens. I hope this message helped you. I hope this stays with you throughout the day. Don't sabotage yourself, okay? All right, I love you. Have a good day. Bye. Oh, in your journaling, I think for the journal exercise, you don't have to journal if you don't want to. Just, if you want to take this a step further, then you could journal about maybe some ways that you self-sabotage in the past, and then maybe write down some ways that you could go another level higher and some things that you desire and you want. Write a list out. That would be helpful, right? Okay. Bye for reals. Bye-bye.